Hi there! A couple months ago I made a video for the priests so that they can understand more about their character and Rin and his life and character. So now I'm going to make the same kind of video, but for the mages, and I'm going to be talking about Jaina Proudmoore and everything that she has been through, all the heartbreaks and all the suffering and the kind of character that she is. So Jaina was the daughter of Lord Admiral Proudmoore, who was the Lord of Kultiras, which made it inevitable for her to meet Arthas Manatil, son of Taranas, who was the king of Lordaeron. They became very close friends, and when she moved to Dalaran to study the arts of magic, he visited her very often, and they ended up together, despite the fact that she was also courted by Prince Keltas Tunstrider, who was a very handsome blood elf, and he was also a highly remarkable mage. Soon enough, their relationship became official, and she accompanied Arthas to all the events such as Midsummer Fire Festival and Hell's End, and all the citizens adored her as a future queen because she was really good at touching other people's hearts. And then suddenly at Winter's Veil, Arthas broke up with her because he wasn't ready for such a serious relationship. And then she moved back to Dalaran, where she gave all her heart and focus to studying magic, and she became stronger and better every day and even more highly regarded with each day that passed. After about 5 years, Arthas comes back to Dalaran to apologize to her for breaking up so suddenly and to ask for another chance. Obviously she says yes, and they go back to the capital together, but then they are sent on a mission to investigate this new and peculiar disease. Once they reach that place, they realize how serious the problem is, that disease being the famous plague. And they realize as well that the disease was sent through the grains, which are used to make bread, which people use a lot, so they obviously decided that they needed to act fast. Arthas said that the best thing to do is to kill everybody because it's the best way to stop the infection from spreading, but Jaina and Uther Lightbringer, who was also accompanying them, were opposed to that because there were many people that were not infected, and it's a very bad thing to do, to kill people who are innocent and not infested. And this was another episode of a very tough decision that Jaina had to be a part of. But as Arthas was the prince, the soldiers did as he said, and that was the first time that Jaina had to witness her lover turn into a cold-blooded murderer. The next time that she saw him, Arthas was already a changed man, and he was no longer the one that Jaina fell in love with. He was possessed by these dark and controlling thoughts. He had already killed his father and the entire population of Lordaeron, and he was about to kill Lord Mage Antonidas, Archmage Antonidas, who was Jaina's friend and mentor and superior. And she teleported back to safety, but afterwards, for her entire life, she would question herself, wondering what she could have done differently in order to save Arthas from his awful fate. So this is a lot of guilt and burden that Jaina had from her start, from a very early age. After a while, Jaina finally started to move on, and she decided to build a citadel in Daswallow Marsh under Durotar, which is the land of the orcs. But she did not have a problem with that, because Jaina was always a true diplomat, and she always sought to defend the orcs and their rights, much to the despise and dismay of the humans. And she has always been a very good friend with Troll, the former leader of the Horde, and even with Bane most recently. Not to mention she absolutely adored the citizens of Terramore, which was her citadel, and it is even mentioned in one book that one day when it rained, she personally made and brought tea to each soldier that was on duty. And things were going really well for Jaina and for Terramore until Garrosh came to power. The first thing he did was to decide that he wants to conquer all Kalimdor, and the best place to start with is Terramore Isle. And many of the persons in his army were obviously opposed to this because even the Horde members loved Jaina. But they did go on anyway, and after they won their first battle in Northwatch Hold, Garrosh decided to sit there for about 2 weeks, which also angered the army because they realized that it would give Jaina plenty of time to set up strong defenses. And that's what she did, because Bane Bloodhoof actually sent his personal messenger to Jaina in order to warn her about the attack that was coming, so that she could have a reasonable time to defend herself. And boy did she prepare. She had her new apprentice, Kindy Sparkshine, and she also had her new love interest, Calagas, the blue dragon aspect. And it should be noted that it took her over 10 years to even start considering moving on from Arthas and falling in love with someone new. And then she continued by contacting the Killing Tor, which is the alliance of the most elite mages in Azeroth, and she got the best of them to arrive to Terramore in order to help her, including Grani, their leader, and Varisa, his wife and general ranger. And then she continued by contacting Varian Ruin, the king of Stormwind and father of Anduin, and she convinced him to send her 7 ships from the Alliance fleet containing the best generals and soldiers of the Alliance. Unfortunately, Garrosh expected Jaina to set such strong defenses. In fact, he hoped she would, because he was preparing a mana bomb. And after an excruciatingly long time of battling in Terramore, it was finally looking like the Alliance was going to win, and then Jaina realized what was going on, and as well as all the other parts of the Alliance. They all saw the mana bomb, and when they did, Ronin set up a minor portal in order to send Jaina to safety, while all her friends and citizens fought for her citadel. And Jaina obviously refused to go in at first, but Ronin convinced her to go and rescue herself. She woke up with her citadel in ruins and all her friends and citizens dead. Because of the race that she has defended for so long, she had to go tell Verisa that her husband is dead. She had to go to the Sparkshines to let them know that their only daughter was dead, and she also had to inform Kirin Tor that their leader was dead. So this was the second episode in her life when she was subject to suffering and to betrayal. And this was also another episode when she had to take a very impactful decision. In the end, Garrosh did a lot more awful stuff, and he was caught and captured by both the Alliance and Horde leaders. And it should be noted that in the moment when he was caught, all the faction leaders were in Orgrimmar, and Jaina was also there. And at some point she just told Varian, why don't we just kill them all right now, because she just hated the Horde so much after all that she has gone through. And this is the reason why many players keep saying that she has gone insane, although I think it's very reasonable considering her experiences. In the end, Garrosh was sent to trial in Pandaria. All the greatest names in Azeroth were there for the trial. Varian, Sylvanas, Anduin, Prophet Velan, Malfurion Tyrant, just everyone that mattered was there for Garrosh's trial. And everybody was angry because they just wanted Garrosh to be dead at once instead of getting a trial, because he didn't even deserve that much. But the Emperor of the Pandarans convinced them all that even Garrosh deserves a chance to speak up for his sins. He had a chance to make amendments and apologize for everything that he did. And in the end, everybody accepted this except for Jaina, and also Sylvanas and Verisa, but that's a very long story. Jaina opened up to Calagas and told her that she still just wants to see Garrosh die. And she was never a resentful person. All this pain and betrayal turned her into a version of herself that she awfully despised. And then, in the moment when the sentence was finally going to be said and everybody would finally get to see Garrosh die, a portal was made, and Garrosh jumped inside it right in front of Jaina, only to be free once again. So I can only imagine the frustration on her part. Now this is the moment before Warlords of Draenor, because tomorrow we get a new expansion, and that's what happens. Garrosh jumps into a portal back in time, 30 years ago, in Outland, because he wants to save his father from doing something awful. To conclude, Jaina is a very strong woman. Many people keep saying that she has gone insane, But the truth is that she has been through a lot, and I don't think I can imagine any other character from Azeroth coping with everything that she has been coping with so well. And yeah, this is pretty much it. In the comment section below you can tell me what you want to learn more about, what else you want to know about Jaina, and also how you feel about the new expansion in World of Warcraft. And if you're as excited as I am, because I am really, really excited. Yeah, this is it. See you next week. Bye.